Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Selena. It has been forever since I've been on this channel. Almost 2 years. I believe it'll be 2 years in December. There has been a lot going on recently and just so much, I would say. But at the same time, it's my lack of motivation. Because I wanted to be honest, I want to sit here and I don't want to lie to you guys that are on my channel. But I thank you for everybody that has honestly stuck around and, is still here. But anyways, so today's topic of the video is a very, I would say, sensitive topic for me. It's just I've been struggling with this, I would say, honestly, for the past 2 years. Not consistently, but on and off. And it's becoming more and more relevant. And I feel like I want to express just the way I'm feeling. So everybody just, I don't know, for me, for my viewers, just have an understanding about what's been going on. So if you guys don't know or haven't seen my past videos, I was diagnosed with PCOS, I believe a couple of years ago. I would say maybe 2, almost 3 years ago. I was actually at my nurse practitioner's office, and I was having a visit with her because my periods just have been so crazy. When I was going to see her, and she told me, well, it looks like you have PCOS, she did some blood work, and I believe she did an ultrasound. I cannot quite remember. I suck at remembering for the life of me. I suck. But anyways, she diagnosed me with PCOS. And I was honestly just, if I could tell you right now, how PCOS just, it's hard for me. Because before, I had the diagnosis of PCOS. If you hear that, that's the air conditioning. It's super hot. But anyways, I was scared. Because I have seen videos of people struggling to have a baby with PCOS. The struggles of periods. The struggles of every single thing with PCOS. And, I want to have a family. That is my biggest thing. Like, my dream, honestly, right now is I cannot wait for to be a mom. I'm already a mom to my cats, of course. But, like, just to be, be a mom to a baby. Carry the baby. I think that's just what's been struggling with me the most, is the fact that now I have PCOS and I have to go through so much just to have, a family. And I think that's just the number one thing I am very much worried about. But anyways, I got diagnosed with that, and I was upset. I remember I was crying because just now I'm like, wow, I have PCOS. Now, I always thought that my infertility was because of some things I did when I was younger and have some consequences that did happen. But it could be aligned with that. I'm not 100% sure now. But now it could be the consequences before when I was younger and now the PCOS. But when I was younger, I remember I first started to menstruate when I was 11 years old. I remember I came home from school and just my pants were just, I always had a heavy cycle. So I thought nothing of it. I was like, okay, well, that's just me. Some people have light cycles. Some people have, heavy cycles, which is totally fine. But for some reason, I don't know, I was kind of scared. I was like, wow, this is pretty heavy. And I remember, I would always ask my mom. I would be like, Mom, is this okay? And she'd be like, yeah, that's fine. This is, your monthly cycle. So then I would have regular cycles. My cycles would be regular. I would get them every single month. When I first started getting them when I was, 11 years old. And then I had noticed that, that when I, started to be a little wild child, and some things happened, I noticed, and as well when I started to go on birth control, my cycles kind of went crazy, and I wouldn't get my periods, or I would bleed for so long. My cycles just were crazy. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, whatever. Honestly, when I was young, I wasn't having the right mindset. So then, as I started to get older, I started to, want my period to be regular, because I thought, well, eventually I want to have a family. I want to, be a mom. And, I can't be a mom if my cycles are just crazy. And, so I didn't really, there was the idea of family when I was in my past relationships. But I just kind of shook it off. I was like, whatever. I didn't really take it seriously. But my current relationship I am in right now, it's gotten a little serious. So, I always think it's me. I know it's not a bad thing to think, because, you have so many exes, and, nothing happens, there's no baby. And being me, I didn't use, the good things, maybe sometimes, but the little not gonna get, have a baby right now thing. But I wouldn't really use that, and I got tested. I always did. But nothing happened. So I literally always thought, it's me. Like, my mindset was like, it's me. There's no way it's these other freaking people. Like, yeah. So now, I might get into more detail in the later video. If you would like, of course, you can always be like, hey, do another video, more into detail of this, like, what is this, doctor's appointment, stuff like that. But, just a brief of it, like I said, I started with my relationship I'm in right now. I've been with, my fiance for almost 3 years in December. So, we always had the serious topic of, well, we're going to have a kid, I want to have a baby, like, that's my biggest goal. And that was his goal as well, when you're financially stable, you have everything, I want a baby. So, I started to take the little steps as just to make sure my periods are regular, nothing's going on, because I wanted to start, so when the time came when I have a baby, everything would be good. No. My kitty's so cute. Like, she has her little space in the back. But anyways, off topic. So I started going to doctor's appointments. I met my fiance, because I did move, with my mom to a place that was 3 hours away from my hometown. And so I met him over there, and, we were living over there for a little bit. And I started to go to this provider, or this doctor over there. And I started telling him, well, my periods are crazy. I want to start having a baby pretty soon, but I needed everything to go in line together. He said, okay. So he did some blood work. He did, he checked my hormones. He checked, to make sure, everything's all good. And he did an ultrasound. And so I did all that. And then I come back, and he tells me the results. He said, well, your blood work looks good. And then your ultrasound looks good. We don't see any cysts, because polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, some people do get cysts. But honestly, at this point, if I could tell you, I don't even freaking know if I have cysts, because I don't know. You'll hear this. And if you hear me out, it's my kitten. She's playing with something around the house. But anyways, so then, he tells me everything looks good, and then he wanted me to try to regulate my cycles. So I believe he put me on birth control, the birth control pills. And let me just tell you, every time I went on the pills, it did regulate my cycle. But once I went off it, boom, my cycles were nuts. It was crazy. Oh my God. So then I did that, but then we moved back to my hometown. And then I went to see a nurse practitioner. I told her, I want to have a baby later down the road. I want to have a baby right now. I don't know. I forgot what I was letting her know. But in that lines, I want to be a mom. That's my biggest thing. So I believe I made a video off topic. I'm sorry. Every time I talk about this or any story, I'm like, wait. I did make a video, I believe, in my other videos, it was a while ago. It was titled, I believe, Something Is Wrong With Me. And I believe in, what was it? I have not watched that video for a long time or even thought about it. But I think it was just, you know, I wasn't having a period, or I was having a period so many times. I was bleeding crazy. You know, my cycles were messed up, and I wanted to be a mom. Still not lying. But if you want to watch that, it's on my channel. But anyways, so when I was in my hometown, I went to her, told her, she did the test too. And remind you, when I was 3 hours away from my hometown where I met my fiance, he did not tell me. He said, well, you could have PCOS. But he did not diagnose me with PCOS. He just said, well, you could have PCOS. It could be because... Also, every single doctor I saw, diet, exercise, change that. So, and then he didn't diagnose me 100% with PCOS. But yeah. So then I went back to my hometown, and I saw my nurse practitioner that I went to see, and I told her, did the same thing, blood work, ultrasound, birth control pills, diet, exercise, same line. Tried it, didn't work, and I said, well, you know, I'm not going to try for right now. I'm literally just so frustrated, and I was like, I mean, honestly, my mindset was like, whatever. So, you know, that went on for a little while, and then I moved, I believe, an hour and a half away from my hometown, into my apartment that I am in right now. I've been here for over a year, but anyways. So then we move here, and then, you know, the topic comes again. I'm talking to my fiance. I'm always talking to him about this. I said, I want to be, you know, a mom. I want to prepare to be a mom, you know, but I can't. You know, my periods are crazy. Like, sometimes I won't get them for 3 months. Sometimes I'll get them like 2 times a month. Like, my periods were nuts. So I went to see, I love this girl. I honestly, I love her. She listens to me. You know, I feel, you know, I have that bond. The other providers or the doctors I did see, you know, they did talk to me. You know, I felt comfortable with them. But, you know, I feel like I'm more of a bond with the gynecologist that I am seeing right now for this. But anyways, so I go see her. I tell her the same exact thing. She does the blood work, the ultrasound. She does all that. And I had told her before, well, oh, and I forgot to mention, the nurse practitioner I saw in my hometown, she said that there were like follicles on my ovaries, like little ones, but they weren't the big cyst ones. And she's like, and that's how she also knew I had PCOS. So then I told, you know, my new gynecologist down here where I'm at right now, that she had told me that. And she was looking, she's like, well, it looks like those are the eggs or whatever, and those are supposed to be there. Everything looks good, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, with every new doctor, they have to experiment because, you know, I'm new to them. They don't know me. So, she said, well, let's try birth control. Let's try this and that. So, I tried the birth control, and I was on the birth control. It worked. My apologies. It worked. And then, once I got off of it, because honestly, I forgot why. I had so much going on. Oh, I'm so tired. Sorry. But I had so much going on. I had school. You know, I was in school for my certificate. And just, I was working with my fiance, doing like the DoorDash or whatever. So I was not getting any rest. I was tired. But anyways, and just so much going on. And, you know, I would go see my gynecologist, you know. I wouldn't just leave her hanging because honestly, I love her. And so then I would start to bleed crazy, like random times of the month, or I wasn't bleeding at all. So I believe there was a month where I wasn't bleeding at all. So she prescribed me, progesterone, I believe, to start my period. Took that, and I got a period. And then tested, wasn't it. So then I was bleeding for crazy amounts, and then she would provide me it again for me to stop it. We tried that multiple times, the progesterone, the birth control, stuff like that. And then, what else? So then now, we're here. That's been going on for, I would say, over a year, you know, because I've been here for over a year. And then, so recently, I went back in there and I said, okay, I need to get serious about this because, you know, I'm getting older, you know. I'm not no 18-year-old anymore, not caring about this. Like, I'm worried now because, you know, for me to have a family, I have to make sure, you know, my body is in the right lines of going to it. So I went to her, I sat down with her, and I said, look, I'm just like, I want to be a mom. I want to be a mom. And I'm tired of all these, you know, things that are not happening with me. And I believe I wasn't getting a period, or I was bleeding crazy. So she had to figure that out. And I told her, I don't want to go on birth control because literally I don't want to prevent myself from getting pregnant. I want to be. So, and then, because she hasn't seen me, I believe, in a little bit, so she did the testing again. And she wanted just to make sure everything was good. My ovaries looked, and my uterus looked amazing. My blood work was good. My blood sugar was kind of a little bit high, which, yeah. And so then she sat me down. She said, okay, well, you know, first we're going to, you know, see if we can get you to ovulate because, you know, when you're ovulating, that's the biggest step, you know. And so then we're doing that. She's like, I want you to get ovulation tests, you know, to see if you're ovulating or not. We'll do a couple months, well, maybe a month or two, and we'll see where you're at then. And then, you know, no improvement. Because she wants to see if I'm ovulating so she can get me the Clomid or the Leprozole, the stuff to help me ovulate. But first she would also, because my past, she would want to do a dye test on my uterus. She would want to do some tests on my fiance just to make sure we're all on the same line. But anyways, so then that happened, and then she said, well, we're going to give you metformin. So right now I take metformin 3 times every day in the morning, or I haven't taken it yet. But I haven't taken it yet today, but I take it 3 times. I take progesterone at night. So every 2 weeks. So 2 weeks I'll take it, 2 weeks I won't, 2 weeks I will, just to help trying to regulate my period. So we're going to be doing that. And then ovulation tests. So I had a period in the beginning of October, from the 1st to the 9th. I checked my ovulation for that whole week after I stopped bleeding. And then guess what happened? I woke up one day and I was looking at my ovulation test because I put it on the paper. I was like, the only peak I saw was like maybe it was a little like more darker than the rest of them, and it was on the cycle day 17. And then also she told me, you know, when to, you know, have intercourse, stuff like that. And so I did that. And then I believe, I want to say maybe 3-4 days after the cycle day 17, I started bleeding again. I thought, okay, oh my gosh, you know, what's going on? I've been taking, I believe I take calcium, not calcium, is it calcium? What is it? It's vitamin C. Oh, okay. Vitamin C, zinc, the biotin, hair, skin, and nails for me, prenatals, metformin, the progesterone at night, and all that stuff. And I've been taking that, and then I started bleeding. Oh my god, I'm gonna say Thursday. This Thursday, Friday, I don't remember. But I started bleeding again, and now that's where I am. So I just wanted to honestly just tell you my struggles, like my struggles going on right now with my PCOS. Of course, honestly, if you guys want to see more videos, you know, a question for me, you can always let me know in the comments. As well as, you know, if you want me to make a video more in detail about, you know, something in particular, of course, let me know. But I just wanted to share this because it's been going on for so long, and it's kind of due to my absence on this channel. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.